The Rip City Drive.
All right, we go down to San Francisco right now. 95.7 the game. It's a very good friend of the show, Bonta Hill. Bonta, my brother, think about this, man. You got the I-90 series with the Kings and Warriors, and Steph, LeBron, Lakers, Warriors. Man, what a gift for you guys.
Oh, my gosh, Chad, Dwight, what is happening, man? And that Tone Loc song, I didn't know I could request hookup music. That could be a game changer, man. You don't want me doing that. I'll be switching it up every 5 seconds. That's always been my dream, to have some really good walk-up music. But, you know, the I-5 Classic now with the L.A. Lakers after the I-80 Classic. And, you know, with Sacramento, it was a fun series. I didn't have it in me to talk a lot of trash to them after the Warriors won in 7, although they did have the little brother syndrome for most of the series. It's all good. It's their first time. They hadn't been there in a long time. I understand. But to see Steph Curry drop 50 in a Game 7, which had never been done, and now you get LeBron James and the L.A. Lakers, oh, man, life is so good in the Bay Area. It's juicy. I'm trying to temper my expectations here. I'm so jacked up about spending the chase center as soon as I get off the phone with you guys, man. It doesn't get better than this.
No, it's awesome, man. I love that Kings-Warriors series so much. One of the best I've seen in a while. I wanted to ask you before we get to the Laker game, you know, you've seen Steph do a lot of great things. Was that the best that he's shown or provided for the team in a playoff game?
You know, I feel like I say this every year with the guy. You know, Game 4 against Boston last year, 43 points, down 2-1. You needed every single point of that, and that was a masterful performance. You know, Game 7 in Oklahoma City gets slept on in 2016. I mean, he's had some great performances, 30 points in Game 6 in 2019 against the Rockets to advance to the West Finals. But it got to have a game, a do-or-die game on the road, a Game 7 when Clay's struggling, Andrew Wiggins is going 5 and 16, Clay's 4 of 19. You didn't know what Jordan Poole you were going to get. And this guy attempts 38 shots and makes 20 of them, scores 20-plus in the paint, 20-plus behind the three-point line. Heck, he scored 30 in the second half, Chad. 12 and 23 in the second half alone. A lot of guys would go home and say, hey, I got 30 tonight. You did that in the last 2 quarters, and it got to have a game. So it's up there, man. I don't want to rank it number 1 because that'd be omitting so many classic performances for Steph Curry. But on the short list, it's right up there, man. Nobody had ever in the history of the NBA scored 50 in a Game 7. And it's just unbelievable. He scored over 200 points in the series against Sacramento, becoming the oldest player outside of Michael Jordan to do so. So it's up there on the short list in the top 5, in my opinion. I don't know if it's number 1. We'll have to check back in when he retires. Before that was a special performance.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of people talk about LeBron versus Steph, this great rivalry. Now, I got to ask you, do you see this as a rivalry between these two players?
I think it's more so with Warrior fans, Dwight, because it's LeBron James. And, you know, you got to think Stephen Curry has kept LeBron James from winning about 6 championships. LeBron could be at 6 or 7 had it not been for the Golden State Warriors. And when you think about what happened in 2015 when Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt, and everybody said, well, there's an asterisk on the Warriors championship. They didn't play anybody at full strength. And then they blow the 3-1 lead to LeBron James. And what happened after with the Halloween party and the Ultimate Warriors shirt, it became a rivalry between the two. But a lot of Warrior fans would be quick to tell you, hey, the Warriors are 15-7 against LeBron James in 4 finals appearances. You know, this is the second round. This is Steph's decade since 2014 and 15, where he has 4 rings. LeBron only has 2 rings since that point. So it's definitely a rivalry. And then when you add the LA Lakers, who have infiltrated Oracle/Chase Center throughout the years with their Laker jerseys, no matter what, it's always been a big Laker fan base inside the building when the Warriors have a home game. So you add that to it. Yes, it's a rivalry, and I think it's going to be intense as heck with LeBron James in the building. We've been talking about it all day long. It's juicy. It's massive. Some people are comparing it to Magic and Bird, believe it or not. So with the fans, it's definitely a rivalry. On the court, I think you need to do a little bit more. But, hey, when you meet 4 times in the finals, I think that does fester into a rivalry between the two megastars.
We're talking with Bonta Hill, 95.7 the game here on the Rip City Drive. Klay Thompson said he's been waiting his whole career for this matchup in the playoffs against the Lakers. Why does this matchup against LA mean so much to him? Is it because of his father's history with the team? What is it exactly?
Yeah, it's the father playing with the Lakers and being a radio color analyst for the LA Lakers. He's growing up in Orange County and going to all those Lakers games and practicing with Kobe Bryant and learning things from Kobe. He grew up a big Shaq fan, and then later on Kobe and Pau Gasol. He's got so many family and friends there. He spends his off season at times in LA. He loves LA. He's got a lot of friends down there and his family, of course. So it means everything. And to play against the Lakers, his childhood basketball team, that is special. And so I think he's going to be rare to go. He's heard a lot about Austin Reeves as well. I think he's going to take that matchup personal. So when you factor in all those things, this is money for Klay Thompson. I mean, there's so many family ties and best friend ties, and his dad's on the mic for the opposing team. His dad gets to watch him in every single one of these playoff games as he goes for ring number 5. Oh, there's no doubt it's big time, especially for Klay Thompson for all those reasons I just listed.
Bonta, you think the Lakers have an edge just because of the whole rest thing and having Golden State have to come back pretty much short rested compared to what the Lakers have had?
Yeah. I do think there may be an emotional letdown if this was another team. Say if it was Memphis, there may be an emotional letdown after Game 7. But when they see that purple and they see that Laker font on those jerseys and they see LeBron James on the other side of the floor, and they see Anthony Davis, and they see the Laker fans that will flood Chase Center, I think the fatigue and the emotional hangover, that'll be gone real quick. They know it's game time, and they know how important this game is for the LA Lakers. The Lakers are looking to steal one. And as you mentioned, having a weekend off for an older team like the Lakers, it was huge for them. But let's keep in mind, the Warriors didn't have to get on the plane to leave Sacramento. They got on the charter bus, probably escorted by the CHP, so they got home very quick, and they were in their beds by Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, probably before the sun came down. So I don't believe that it'd be too much of a factor. And then you get these games every other day. How's that fair for Anthony Davis? How's that fair for LeBron James, who's 8 of 41 for the three-point line in that series against the Memphis Grizzlies? Shot 19.5%. So I think the Warriors getting back on the floor and being able to turn the page real quick for Sacramento, I think this would be good for them, but I don't think it's going to be a factor at all, the quick turnaround from Game 7.
Hey, Bonta, Dwight and I were trying to figure out how the matchups are going to work out because Anthony Davis is going to be obviously a key. Do you think Looney will draw Davis? Will it be a combination of Looney and Dre, or are they going to keep Dre on LeBron? How's that going to play out?
I definitely think you'll see a lot more Wiggins on LeBron early on, and I do think Draymond and Looney will alternate on Anthony Davis. Looney obviously will get the first crack at what a series he had against the Kings, right? Averaging over 15 rebounds a game with 5 assists. He really played well against the Bonus. It's completely took out the series. But I get it. Anthony Davis is a different beast. He's no punk. The only thing you worry about with Anthony Davis is every time he falls on the ground, he's grabbing something. You don't even know if he's waking up out of bed and injuring or straining the calf or whatnot. I mean, the guy is so brittle. He's so fragile. But Looney will get that first crack. Later on, Draymond Green. And I think Wiggins will take the assignment of LeBron James. And I think Draymond may defend Vanderbilt so he can roam a little bit and play that weak side defense where he's a help defender on Anthony Davis or whatnot. So both of them would get a crack, and I think it's very imperative for both of them to stay out of foul trouble because of the Warriors' size or lack of size. Do they want to go to Michael Green? He didn't play much against the Sacramento Kings. That would be a problem for the Warriors when it comes to their size. Jonathan Kuminga may get a crack at LeBron James off the bench, but again, if Looney and Draymond gets into foul trouble, that could spell doom for the Warriors in this series. It's very imperative for them to stay out of foul trouble against Anthony Davis and LeBron early on. But Looney will get the first crack, and then you get a little bit of Draymond Green.
Bonta, what's going on with Jordan Poole? Do you have any idea?
Man, I wish I knew Dwight. I mean, this guy has been a roller coaster, man. Now, games 3 and 4, I thought he played controlled basketball. The shot hasn't been there. I mean, he shot less than 20. I think he shot 22% in the series against the Sacramento Kings from the three-point line. I mean, he was atrocious. Shot selection. I mean, missed layups. He smoked so many layups in that series. He went too fast, and mentally in Game 6, he was out of it, man. He was off his rocker. So what Jordan Poole has to do, number one, first and foremost, is stop complaining to the referees. Leave the referees alone. Draymond Green does it, but he's built that equity in this league, right? LeBron James is going to complain to the refs, but he's built that equity over 20 years. Jordan Poole is only in his 4th year, man. You got to chill out a little bit. You don't have that respect from the referees yet. So he gets caught up with that. The shot selection, when he's moving too fast, and he's pulling out the hot sauce moves, and he's going through the legs, and he's chucking up threes, he's got to chill. When he plays controlled basketball, he's really effective, and he's one of the few Warriors who can get to the free throw line with dribble drive penetration. So they need Jordan Poole. If anything, the short turnaround may have not helped him because it probably didn't give him enough time to reset his brain and to relax a little bit. Said, okay, I had a clunker against Sacramento. Now I have new life against the LA Lakers. He is such a huge X factor. I don't even want to call him an X factor because the Warriors need him. If he struggles, they cannot get past the LA Lakers. They need Jordan Poole to be the guy who starts. And now he's not going to start in the series. He's going to come off the bench, but he needs a play like a starter where he averaged 25 points per game as a starter this year for the Golden State Warriors. So they need to get him right. And I think it's more so attitude. Get his attitude right first, because once he's right mentally and he's positive and he's smiling, he's a different player. But they cannot beat the LA Lakers in a 7-game series if he's not right.
All right, Bonta, we got 2 more questions for you. It might be Anthony Davis. It might be something else. What is the biggest threat the Lakers pose?
I think it is their size and physicality and their ability to get to the free throw line. Look, they were number 2 in the league in free throw makes, number 1 in the league when it came to free throw attempts. We know they will get a generous whistle. So how do the Warriors handle that adversity there? Because of their size, they're going to attack the rim at will, knowing that the Golden State Warriors do not have any true rim protection. So their size and physicality is the number 1 concern for me, especially when it comes to Rui Hachimura off the bench. He's become a really good asset for the LA Lakers with the pick and pop game. He was 11-21 from the 3-point line in the series against the Grizzlies. So their size and physicality is my biggest concern, because I do believe the Warriors have a huge advantage when it comes to guard play. I'll take the Warriors guards in the series all day long over the Laker guards. But Anthony Davis poses a big-time threat. They don't really have anybody outside of Looney to match up with them. So their size and physicality and ability to get to the free throw line. You don't want them shooting free throws, Chad, because all of a sudden they set up their half-court defense. Their defense is very, very good because they're long and physical and athletic. So you don't want them setting their defense to not foul, to fit without fouling like they did for the most part against Sacramento. I think the Warriors would be fine. That size and physicality, that's a healthy fear for the Golden State Warriors.
All right, I get to ask the money question. How do you see this thing turning out, Bonta?
You know, the cockiness in me said Warriors at 5, but I'm going to give the Lakers a little bit more respect. I have the Warriors advancing to the West Finals in 6 games. So it's going to be a clunker the Warriors have where they don't hit anything. They're going to get in foul trouble 1 game, no doubt about that. But the Warriors, that drive for 5. And I'm not betting against Stephen Curry. I will never, ever bet against Stephen Curry. And look, how about this, right? The Warriors are 19-0 in Western Conference Series under Steve Kerr. They just don't lose in the West under Kerr. So good luck to the Lakers trying to beat the Warriors 4 times. So you guys know all about that.
Yes, we do. We've seen that in action right here. Yes, thank you.
Well, Bonta,
over and over, I get it.
Yeah,
man, really appreciate the time. I know you're busy. You've been killing it on NBC Bay Area. You're killing it on the radio. Really appreciate the time. And, man, have fun. Enjoy the series, brother.
I will, Chad. Dwight, you guys are always good to me, man. Love you guys up there in Portland. Enjoy the game, man. It should be a fascinating series between the Warriors and Lakers.